Are you serious about your health and fitness, but overwhelmed by the conflicting information and BS all over social media? Welcome to Fit Facts. Brought to you by Brandon Pascual and Gabe Erno. With a combined 10 years of training experience, this physical therapist and personal trainer duo bring you the most up-to-date and applicable fitness and lifestyle tips based on the most cutting-edge research, bridged with field experience of what actually works and is sustainable for the long term. Enjoy. Fostering a dog.
Yeah, we're fostering a dog.
It's tough.
It's tough. It's tough out here because
It's just time consuming. It's like a little baby, or
he's actually pretty well trained. We taught him in his first week. He's a fast learner. In his first week, he didn't know how to do sit. He didn't know how to do stay, come, leave it, all that stuff. But now he's able to actually follow those commands or up. I actually taught him how to box jump.
Really?
Yesterday when I was at the gym. Yeah.
How high of a box?
I didn't have him go from ground up. I made him do maybe I think it's the 12-inch box.
What?
Then he went from the 12-inch box to an 18-inch box. As in
really?
He went from that box to the 18-inch, and then from the 18-inch he went to the 24. As in
some hops, man.
Yeah. Well, dude, every dog can do that.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not a dog expert, but are you keeping the dog? Or
we're most likely we're not sure yet.
Okay.
Yeah. But we know that if we do decide to give up the dog, quote unquote. I know my girlfriend's aunt will take care of the dog.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it'll still be in the family. Yeah, because he's a very adorable dog.
Yeah.
And I know my girlfriend got a very big attachment on him already, and I did as well.
I like little dogs. I'm not a big dog person in general, but I like little dogs. Ones that are just they're fluffy and cute, and those are my requirements.
Yeah, that's the same as her, because the dog we have is literally the same. It's not too big, a little small, and very fluffy, like the poodle fur.
Well, guys, welcome to Fit Facts. Today we're not talking about animals. We're actually talking about fitness and how fitness is a metaphor for life. So, Brandon, we both been working out for a while.
Oh yeah.
And we're also motivated people. We set goals in life and things like that. And I think for me, fitness has been very profound in that it's kind of shaped how I view achieving anything else in life, whether it's getting good grades in school, succeeding financially, anything. I always look through it, the lens of fitness and the lessons I learned from that. And I think for me, what was really profound is growing up, I always thought about people who were really good at things as being talented. They just were born with that talent. And I remember I got into fitness and I quickly learned some of these people in the gym, they got stronger faster than me, but then I was more consistent, and then I was able to actually end up being stronger than them due to my consistency. Yeah. So I realized, there's this thing called consistency. And then it would really just show you quickly whatever you were doing right or wrong. Another example is I would take a week off, and after I took that week off, I'd go back and I'd try to hit stronger weights, and I wouldn't be stronger because I had missed a week. So I started realizing, so there's another thing, you have to be consistent. Taking time off can potentially give you setbacks or, plateau you. So the more time you can string together, the faster you can achieve your goals. Yeah. Learning all these different things. I want to do all this weight, but if I do all that weight, in the long run, I'll be more prone to injury. I might not be as strong. So then setting the ego aside, getting better results. So all these different lessons I was able to apply to my life, and it was super profound for me. Did you experience anything like that?
I would say so myself, because I remember I would try to work out maybe 3 hours in one day.
Yeah.
And then I would probably take 2 rest days, so right after that, and then work out again 3 hours one day.
Yeah.
When I was just messing around of my workout schedule, just because I thought if I work out for this amount of hours in this day, it'll make up for the next days I missed. Then I realized hold on, I'm not being that consistent with it, so I'm only giving my body only once a week, or maybe once or twice a week, to be hitting hard, and it has that time to recover. And a lot of my clients, personal training clients, still struggle with that when they would ask me why don't I just work out for 4 hours in one day and then just take the whole week off.
Yeah.
So I'm no, because you want to keep giving your body that same stimulus to grow in that frequency. So you want it to be kind of every day. It doesn't have to be intense, of course, as you know. So yeah, I definitely have gone through that, and a lot of my clients have gone through that as well.
Totally. And then another thing I've experienced is just the build of confidence you get. Mm-hmm. Obviously, when you work out a lot, your body's going to look better. So there's that visual aspect where you're I look more attractive, whatever. I feel more confident in my skin. But also just having a goal, saying that you're going to do something, and then being consistent with that, it just builds this self-confidence and this self-respect where you're like, oh, my word really means something. Like, I said today that I was going to go to the gym, and I did go to the gym. Yeah. So you start to have this trust in yourself.
Okay.
And I think that, like, these things just transfer to anything else, because you take any of those principles and you apply it to, like, a business. You apply it to learning a new skill, making money, whatever. Like, these are the foundational principles: consistency, intensity, like pushing yourself hard enough when you're doing it. And then also, like, the self-talk that you learn. Like, when you're lifting weights, there's an element of, like, a mental aspect where you need to know how to, like, coach yourself through it. Like, if you don't hit a PR and you're feeling a little shitty about that, thinking like, okay, well, this week I was a little weaker. Maybe my sleep wasn't up. Maybe I just plateaued a little bit. But I know that progress isn't linear. And this is one of the hugest things for me. I know that progress looks like you go up for a while, you go up, 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 and then you go down a bit. And then you start to come up, 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 down, down. And there's ups and downs, but in the overall trend line, you're going up. And that was just a beautiful thing for me, because then I started looking at my goals and my pursuits a little differently with more patience, thinking like, all right, like, people, it takes them years to really reach their fitness goals. Now I want to, learn guitar. I want to build this business, whatever. I'm not going to go into it thinking I'm going to achieve that in 3 months. I know that this is going to be a long time, and I know that I'm going to have to be really consistent. But over time, I'll start to see inklings of change and progress, and that will build on each other. So yeah, I mean, that's just been huge for me. Like, I just look through all of life as like fitness.
Yeah, it's all about like just like showing up even on days that you don't want to work out, kind of.
Yeah, the discipline aspect.
Yeah, because like when you want to reach a goal, like I saw this on Instagram earlier this week, where you see like, let's say you have a goal, and that goal, or let's say you see a set of stairs, or that staircase. And that's the goal you want to achieve, is at the end of the staircase. Maybe it's like 18, 20 steps. Yeah. When you first look at it, you're like, oh shit, this is some overwhelming stuff right here. I don't think I could like climb it all the way or reach that goal. But if you just look at it step by step, then it'll be a lot easier, as in just like being consistent and actually taking a step forward.
Totally.
Yeah. And then just kind of also like, if there will, acknowledge the setbacks. If you were to say like, maybe I'll stay at this step for a bit, but I'll know it, and then I'll be aware and see how can I change it so I can keep stepping forward.
Yeah, totally. And I think like learning to love the process too is huge. Yeah. Like understanding that if this is going to take a while, I probably have to be able to get some amount of enjoyment out of this. Like, you can't expect to become a bodybuilder. Yeah. If that's going to take you like 3 to 5 years to achieve that physique, and you hate lifting weights, well, you're probably not going to do it. Like, you need to have some level of enjoyment that you can cultivate it. You might not enjoy it right away, but you can cultivate like a certain level of enjoyment over time as you see the results and, appreciate the benefits it gives to you. And that's, again, with anything in life. Yeah, even
with like school, like I know like when I had to go to like PT school, like looking at like the material that you're going to be tested on, like on the first day of that semester or trimester, I'm like, holy shit, I have to know like all that in detail.
Wow, yeah.
So I kind of just had to keep showing up, not just to like lab, or we call it open lab, where we kind of just like practice our skills on each other. Yeah. But also I had to like keep practicing the actual examination skills, keep practicing the way that I think around movements and exercises, keep practicing how I analyze stuff. Yeah. And the more I did that, the more I practiced. Like, similar to like when people go to the gym, think of it as like showing up for workouts like practice. The more you do that, then the more your body will or mind will be accumulated to all of that. And then when you take a step back, you're like, oh wow, I actually learned a lot. Or it's like, oh wow, I actually worked out a lot this month.
Totally. Yeah, I think it's just important to, whatever mindsets you find empowering, or, like the character traits that you had to like perform and you realize like those brought me success, you can really like extrapolate that out to anything else in life and get a benefit from that. So it's good to think, okay, like what has helped me be successful? And that's why I love lifting. It's so easy to know if you're successful or not, because there's probably specific numbers that you want to hit on certain lifts, or specific amounts of muscle or pounds of fat that you want to lose. So it's so easy to gauge success or failure in that way. Not saying that that's all that's important, those extrinsic things, but like it's easy to see like what makes me successful, what doesn't, and then you can adjust your life towards what makes you successful.
And also like when people put themselves to like like some tough exercises when they do have to push that intensity.
Yeah.
They feel like that burn in their muscle. I've had a client where every time they feel the burn, they just want to like drop the weights immediately because they think that burn is like, it's uncomfortable for them. But when you actually get through the workout, you'll feel more accomplished. So I tell them, hey, just think about like as you're doing your squats or as you're doing your bicep curl, bench press, when you feel those muscles working, just think of your body becoming stronger. Like, oh, you feel the burn? Don't think of it as a burn. Think of it like as a strengthening feeling. It's like, oh, it's getting stronger. You know what I mean?
Totally, like the way you perceive the pain.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, or even like, this is gonna sound funny, but like I used to think like as I'd eat something with protein in it, I would imagine like the protein going into my muscles and like swelling my muscles up. But just like whatever helps you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean that I know that we've both really benefited from, and we would just encourage our audience members, use these lessons that you take from lifting and apply it to the rest of the areas of your life. Because if you can become successful in your fitness journey, you can truly become successful in anything else. And vice versa. If you can be successful in a business financially, you can be successful in fitness, because success is based on principles. And if you demonstrate to yourself that you can apply those principles in one domain, there's no reason why you can't apply it in the other domain. And if you think there's a reason you can't apply it, like maybe, oh, I was able to build a successful business, but I can't do it in fitness. Well, there's some limiting beliefs there in your head that you need to catch and correct, because you're lying to yourself. You can be successful in all these areas.
Exactly.
And also, one thing that helps with success is like finding a good gym. I know that, some of our clients were talking to us about like, oh, we're looking for certain gyms.
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking to myself, like, how would I categorize like different types of gyms and the pros and cons for someone who's like, oh, I'm looking for my first gym, right?
Yeah. I would say probably the number one gym we could probably talk about are like commercial gyms.
Okay, so yeah, commercial gyms.
And then we could go like group fitness gyms.
So like a CrossFit, Performance 360, maybe an Orange Theory.
Orange Theory, Renegade.
Then we could have like more specialized gyms like a strongman or a powerlifting gym.
Yeah, I would still categorize that as like, actually, yeah, that is specialized. It's more specialized because it's not general population.
Yeah, and then I guess like bodybuilding gym might be in there too.
Yeah. If you're living in San Diego right now, usually one of the big bodybuilding gyms is like Compound, probably.
Yeah, the Compound or the gym.
The gym, yeah.
I think for me, it's like, obviously think of what your budget is. If you have a pretty low budget, just go with the cheapest gym. And
like Planet Fitness.
Yeah, or like hopefully Planet Fitness, maybe. Hopefully like you could do Crunch or something.
Yeah.
Because
Crunch is pretty affordable.
Yeah, Crunch is pretty affordable, and they have like a good variety of stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say like if it's budget, definitely go for like whatever you can afford, which could be like those lower end gyms.
It's gonna be like a big box gym.
Yeah, but they are gonna have. I mean, they'll have everything that you can use. Like you'll for sure like gain strength, lose weight with the equipment they have, because it's not really like all about what equipment they don't have. It's about like how will you use it, how will you program your workouts.
Totally.
But the only thing about that is, from what I've heard from clients when they go to those gyms, is the volume, as in
crowded.
Like it's very crowded all the time.
Super crowded.
That's one of the cons right there.
And I don't like that about where like I come in and I want to do this exercise and this exercise, and I just constantly have to kind of change and adapt, which is okay, but it's not my preference.
Exactly.
So then that's where maybe you want to go to somewhere that's maybe a little pricier, but there's more of a select crowd there.
Like one is probably like Lifetime Fitness.
Yeah. Lifetime's bougie, bro. I heard that membership's like $120 or $150 a month.
I think it's like 200.
200
300. Yeah.
It's bougie.
Yeah. And then one of my clients actually goes there. He drives from Point Loma all the way to La Jolla. And then he says that at 5 p.m. it's not that busy because not too many people go there at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So during that rush hour that you would usually see at your usual, like not even the low tier or like affordable gyms like Crunch or Planet Fitness, even like 24 Hour Fitness, LA Fitness, it's still busy, like, right?
Totally.
You know what I mean? So at Lifetime, it will be less crowded because it is a higher cost. And also, if you're living in LA, there's Equinox. So all those like luxury gyms.
We could break it down to pretty much like cheap commercial gyms, specialized gyms, luxury gyms. And for most people, any of them's going to work. Obviously, if you're more advanced and you're like a bodybuilder who like, oh, I really want this specific piece of equipment, go to a more specific bodybuilding gym. Yeah. It's pretty simple, honestly. Yeah,
that's pretty much it right there. But now let's talk about the group class.
Okay, sure.
So I guess a pro for that is obviously you'll get your workout in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the equipment is there for you. It's not like you're gonna be like, oh, sorry, we're out of bikes, we're out of barbells. You know what I mean? You'll get in regardless. And then I guess you also have good time efficiency. I would say, because you're out of there within an hour or 45 minutes, whatever the class is.
There's probably a better what's the word, like sticking to it, retention, I guess, because you have like a group of people and you're like, I already scheduled it.
Yeah,
I should show up.
Yeah, and like if you make friends there, they're gonna be like one day if you miss, you'd be like, oh, where's Gabe? Where's Brandon at? Yeah, and then they'll see you next week and be like, they'll give you shit for it.
Exactly. I guess cons could be, the workouts aren't programmed specifically for you, so some places have really good program design where it's like I've looked at it and I'm like, wow, like they designed this really well, but still it's not designed for you. It's just a general design, so there might be some things where like, oh, maybe, okay, you have this injury.
Yeah.
Optimally, you shouldn't really be doing this exercise. Some of them will still give you other options to do, but it's never going to be perfectly tailored.
Exactly.
And some group classes can actually be pretty programmed, like pretty poorly, to where they're doing things where it's like, oh man, why are you working this muscle so much? You're going to cause an overuse injury. Yeah. A lot of them are good, but I've definitely seen some like pretty mainstream ones that are popular in San Diego. Yeah. That have pretty poor programming. So
yeah, and then also because we want to mix it with like the open gyms also.
Yeah.
The commercial gyms. Look for if you want to get the best of like having an open gym or open commercial gym and a group class. There are some group classes where they let people come in just to work out as an open gym time, usually around like
that's cool
12 to 4 p.m. So you can look for that if you're into group classes.
Yeah, and like one thing I'll say with the group classes too is like, you can definitely get into good shape with them, but if you're someone who's like, I want to like maximize like gaining muscle and strength, they're usually not structured in a way where you're gonna get like really strong, or really jacked. Like just the nature of fitting them into these time constraints, they're more circuity style. It just doesn't lend to that.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, actually, I want to say something back to commercial gyms. I love commercial gyms with saunas.
Saunas, game changer. I need to hit a sauna.
Yeah, you do need to hit a sauna. Yeah, I know a lot of the bougie gyms like Equinox, Lifetime, even 24 and LA Fitness do have saunas. But I do like 24-hour Fitness sauna better because they have a steam room and dry sauna.
I might go to the spa tonight, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the U Spa?
Dude, don't tell the people what spa I might be
on. We'll bleep it out. We'll bleep it out. It'll be like the bleep spa. Oh, that's sound a little worse though.
Anyway, that was the episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Mindset that I've achieved from lifting has helped me in other areas of life. Definitely. Brandon too.
Definitely has helped me as well.
And if you're looking for a good gym, we just threw some advice out. So thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Comment in the comments your favorite host and why, and we'll reward somebody with a
1 week program.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
A 1 week program.
1 week program, there we go.
I'll give you a month-long program, actually.
Damn,
So we go. In the comments. Peace!